Hi there, my name is Mr. Leadsom, and this is a presentation about how to best pass higher biology. In terms of the course structure, there are three units: DNA and the genome, metabolism and survival, and sustainability and interdependence. The first unit, DNA and the genome, is mainly about DNA, what it's like, how does it copy itself, why it's important, what happens when it goes wrong. Unit 2, metabolism and survival, is about the different types of chemical reactions that take place in your body, why they're important, and how they help you survive. Unit 3, sustainability and interdependence, is all about food security, what factors can impact it, how can we ensure global food security. It also touches into different things that can impact the environment, like the introduction of invasive species. The exam is split into two papers worth a combined 120 marks. Paper 1 and then a 30-minute break, then paper 2. Paper 1 is a 25-mark multiple choice. Paper 2 is a 95-mark short and extended response. The multiple choice, you have 40 minutes to complete 25 multiple choice questions. Most important thing is do not leave blanks. Hopefully they will be sure of the majority of answers, but if they are unsure, then try and eliminate any options that they know are wrong, and then boil it down to maybe two answers, and then at that point you've got a 50-50 chance. The short and extended response is 2 hours and 20 minutes for 95 marks. Seems very basic, but it's important that they write neatly so that if they have written something correct, the marker can read it. If it's a 1-mark answer, then this is in general a short answer. It may just be a short sentence or one word. If it's a 2 or 3-mark answer, this will require 2, 3, maybe even 4 points. So look at what the question is worth and then answer accordingly. Some key things to help pass: attendance, awareness of the different types of questions, and awareness of how to revise. Now, the exam can cover any part of the course. That is why attendance is exceptionally important. One of the classes has 2 triple periods, so that means if you miss a Monday, for instance, you've missed 3 full periods of work. Now, the exam can ask you something about a very small detail of the first lesson, a very small detail of the last lesson, or it could ask you in great detail. That's why attendance is exceptionally important, and that if the pupil misses a day, they catch up on any work missed. Now, there are different types of questions which will be asked each year. The most basic type of question are knowledge and understanding questions. How do you prepare yourself for these? Well, the key thing is to read over the notes. The pupils have very concise notes. They have a vocab jotter which will give the definitions for key terms. They've created mind maps, and on Google Classroom there are the PowerPoints. So really it's just all about practice, reading over and making sure you know the basic knowledge. There will be maybe 10% which is numeracy questions, things like ratios, times greater, percentage change, average increase or decrease. We will go over these throughout the year, practice again, but really if you practice the past papers you'll get to see the same type of question year after year, so this is really important to know how to do these types of numeracy questions. There will be graph questions. They will almost certainly have to draw a line graph, they will probably have to describe a line graph, and they may have to explain a line graph. Drawing, we'll go over how to do that. Describing a graph, you say what you see using figures, so it increases from this point to this point, it decreases from this point to this point. Explaining a graph, say what you see, so it increases, but the key thing is, why does it happen? Again, practice and past papers, you've got lots of experience of how to do these. There will also be an experiment question, which will be worth approximately 10 marks. Again, they always ask the same types of question. What makes this experiment valid or fair? Describe a control experiment. Explain why you left it for certain lengths of time. How do you make the results more reliable, or what is unreliable about the results? Again, we will go through these over and over, but it's important if the pupil can answer these types of questions and knows how to answer them, then it will certainly be beneficial in terms of picking up extra points. Every exam paper, every year, will have an experiment question, so a pupil could sit through, try the 2016, try the 2017, try the 2018, try the 2019, and get really good at how to answer experimental questions. There will be 2 essays within the paper. About halfway through there will be a 4-mark essay, and at the end there will be an 8 or 9-mark essay. In both cases they pick one from a choice of 2. Again, it's just about practicing these, looking at the marking schemes, looking at what's come up previously, and if they're not sure about which essay to write, I would suggest they write the one they're most comfortable with, and then if there's 10-15 minutes at the end, if they then, at the back of the booklet, write the second essay, then the marker will mark both 4-mark essays, mark both 9-mark essays, and in each case give the higher mark. Basic revision information. Have somewhere quiet to study, maybe a desk and a chair set up where they can just go into that area and start studying. Start early, don't let the pressure build. Make sure the notes, the mind maps, the vocab jotter are all neat and organised and somewhere you can access it easily. Some people may find it beneficial to collaborate with friends, but most importantly, they should be reading over their notes on a weekly basis, making sure they're staying on top of the content. The most important revision tool is SQA Past Papers. You can buy a book online or in a bookstore, or they're for free on the SQA website. Just type in SQA Higher Biology, work through them, use the marking schemes to check you know what you're doing. Other revision tools, they have access to Scholar, which is a website created by Heriot-Watt University that has notes, animations, quizzes and tests. If they don't have any other revision materials, they can access it. There's also BBC Bitesize, which is free online. Make sure they complete any homework so that they have got practice of exam style questions, and then they could obviously just test themselves using their vocab jotter. Finally, past paper technique. It's been suggested that the best way to do this is try each past paper 3 times. Now the first attempt, you have all your notes, you have your vocab jotter, you have everything you need. Work through it, there's no time limit. And then at the end, use the marking instructions, just check, see how you're getting on. If there's any areas you're unsure of, then create study cards so that you know this is the kind of area that I need to. Second attempt, under exam conditions, no notes or books. What can you recall? Can you deliver under the set time? Again, at the end, use the marking instructions. Hopefully by now, there are very few gaps. Finally, final attempt, under exam conditions, by the third attempt, you should be in a position where the past paper should be relatively easy, and this should help build your confidence for the final exam. Thanks for taking the time to listen. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.